Hello, everyone. My name is Ella Jane. Welcome to my bedroom. This is Bedroom Pop. The song I'm going to be playing today is a new one called Dead Weight, and I wrote it because I'm in love. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here it is. Cold caller, I felt like one my whole life. Up all night, begging some stranger to stay on the line. So when I met you and I tried to sell you on every reason not to leave, you told me you want this and you're being honest. So I'm gonna let myself believe. I finally get it. You're not gonna hang it up. You're not gonna hang up the phone. And I thought I was dead weight. You wanna carry me. You wanna carry me home. Free falling, hoping the ground won't get in the way. Like an old habit, 'cause I got used to loving at arm's length. But now I'm starting over, feeling lighter, coming closer. I finally get it. You're not gonna hang it up. You're not gonna hang up the phone. And I thought I was dead weight, but you wanna carry me. You wanna carry me home. I'm so much lighter now. I'm so much higher. Oh, and I thought I was dead weight, but you wanna carry me. You wanna carry me home. I finally get it. You're not gonna hang it up. You're not gonna hang up. And I thought I was dead weight, but you wanna carry me. You wanna carry me home. I'm so much lighter now. I'm so much higher. Oh, and I thought I was dead weight, but you wanna carry me. You wanna carry me home. And I thought I was dead weight, but you. Cold caller, I felt like one my whole life.
What's up, guys? It's SHWHY. We're here on another episode of 10 and 60 with Miss Ella Jane. Why don't you tell the people where you're from?
My name's Ella Jane. I'm from New York, and I've been living in California for about a year.
There you go. Ooh, first concert.
First concert?
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
It was for my 8th birthday.
Okay.
My mom took me with my friend Sarah, and I remember like knowing that you had to. I just like knew that the thing about concerts was that girls like screamed, and so I remember telling my friend Sarah like, "Scream! You have to scream more." And I also remember my mom telling me that telling someone, her friend at the bus stop the next morning, that the concert was good, but that Miley dressed a little too sexy for her taste.
I actually, I think I was probably in high school, like freshman probably, when she was like really popping. And I remember that Party in the USA was like my top 5 song played. Like I used to play that like 5-10 times a day. Loved it. Shout out Miley. Who is your biggest musical influence?
In ways that I've been realizing more recently, I feel like the people that I listened to as a child really, or like when I first started developing my own music taste, really have impacted me more than I would even like them to. But I was like a big like Regina Spektor, Sarah Bareilles girl when I was like 10, 11 and started writing songs.
And I think sometimes I will find myself gravitating towards just like vocals kind of like them or whatever.
Totally.
But I would say in general, I'm a big Lorde fan. I feel like she was like sort of the first person who made me realize that pop music could have substance and like you could package a really complex idea in a really like commercially appealing
simple form. Yeah.
But I'm a big all of a sudden like everyone I've ever listened to is gone. But
No, you're good. That's great.
yeah, I love Lorde.
Shout out Lorde. Let's see. What is your biggest insecurity?
Oh. I'm like constantly afraid that everything that I'm making ever is just like bad and stupid and silly. Even if I like have spent months on something.
But I feel like that's every artist's
Yeah, of
demon,
course.
you know?
But also in like in like the sillier insecurity side, I feel like I think that when I was younger, I don't know if I like walked into like a wall or something, but at a certain age I started realizing that my nose was like flat more on one side than the other. And so I feel like I prefer the left side of my nose than the right because of that.
Okay, there you go. Let's see. Do you have a favorite song of all time or album of all time?
Where?
A few moments later.
Sometimes I have to write down my favorite things in case I forget them, because I often do, which is kind of a psychotic thing to do.
I write everything down, so it's okay.
Okay, probably one of my favorite songs of all time. There's quite a long list.
It's amazing.
I'm going to choose. I think my number one is Old Friends by Pinegrove.
Wow. Okay.
Which is a great song.
Pinegrove's dope.
But favorite albums of all time, I also have a list of that, I believe. I mean, I love, why am I forgetting everything I've ever listened to? Even as there is a list in front of me. Rumors, Fleetwood Mac. He's probably
I mean,
favorite
you
album.
can never go wrong with Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let's see. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I probably, okay, maybe this is more of like a weird sensory issue than it is a pet peeve, but it actually is not a pet peeve. But I was gonna say when you scratch like a
Like a what?
folder
Oh,
or like
okay.
have you ever seen those like light
Like a
shifting,
whiteboard?
like old Valentine's Day cards?
Oh yeah, the hologram
Yeah,
type of thing.
scratching those, that like when people do it, when I do
Yeah.
it, but also when people, I think I find this a pet peeve because I am really guilty of it. But when you're like walking on a sidewalk with a bunch of people and like one of
Never
them,
gets
it's
that.
usually me, are sort of like steering everyone in the wrong direction or bumping into people. Yeah.
That's a big thing in New York. Like if somebody's like it's clearly there's a ton of people on the street and they're like your one pathway to like kind of like get through is blocked because this
Oh,
person's just like in space. I'm
I know.
like, bruh.
I know.
Anyways,
It's a big one.
let's see. What would you say your best trait is?
Oh, like as a person?
Yeah.
I think I'm good at like sort of diffusing situations. Like I think I'm a good
Mediator.
good mediator, or maybe less of like a mediator and more of a I'm good at seeing the
Positive.
positive.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can always sort of bring things into a sillier place, or
That's
like
great.
a more
Everybody
sort of,
needs a friend
yeah.
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. Love that.
But I also hate confrontation, so I'm sure that's why.
There you go. Do you believe in aliens?
No, but I definitely, not in the traditional sense, but I definitely believe there's like a
Not like they're green little
right,
monsters.
not
yeah.
in like the Demi Lovato sense, if you've seen.
Vaguely.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
like a they had like a show about aliens, like finding aliens and talking to them. So I'm
Neat.
not totally an alien person, but I do believe certainly that there's life elsewhere.
100%.
If we are the smartest species that there is, if we were like it, that would be so depressing.
So depressing.
So there's got to be another civilization somewhere.
When they say that there's stuff that's like 12 billion light years away, I'm like, bro, like, just if the universe is that big, there is zero chance that there's not other
Yeah.
people or beings
I
out
should
there. At least my mind wants to think that.
Right.
Let's see. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why?
It's funny that you say that because I found this. My mom has been like decluttering the house, and she's been finding a lot of old like sheets of paper from when my brother and I were kids, and she just found a thing from preschool where we answered questions like that. And at the time, I said to fly over the earth, but I just like have such a horrible fear of heights. So now I would say like shapes shifting,
Okay.
like just the
Wow.
ability to be the most convenient thing I can be in any setting would be great.
All right. What is your biggest dream?
My biggest dream. It's funny because I never know how serious to go with things.
No, you can be serious.
My biggest dream. To have any sort of this is cheesy, but to have any sort of like impact on music at all. Like I don't really give a fuck about necessarily like how I as a person or like an artist I don't know, I don't think any one person is ever all that important for long, but I think sometimes the music overrides that.
100%.
Yeah, so if in a certain number of years I'm still making a dent in some way, shape, or form, that would be cool.
Love that. What does happiness mean to you?
Whoa. I think that answer has changed a lot since I was younger. I feel like there's like things that you gain when you get older.
Knowledge, yep.
Yeah, some knowledge, some wisdom. But I think for me, true happiness is like being 100% comfortable. I don't even just mean like financially, but just like not having to worry about sort of like extraneous factors that could fuck with your happiness. So whether that's
Totally.
like people in your life who are making things complicated, or if it's financial situations, like I feel like just being able to like exist and like I don't know, have a little picnic and
100%.
like be smiling.
No, yeah, I feel you. I feel like a lot of people, like, there's definitely like a struggle to figure out what that means, and it's like a journey. Yeah, some people it's a lifelong journey, right?
Right.
But others, I feel like there comes a certain point where you realize what that means to you,
Right.
and everybody's gonna obviously have a different
Right.
meaning of that. But as long as you're happy, like from the inside and with yourself,
Right.
like that, I think is the goal right there, right?
Lately,
you know?
I'm very team. Like, there's something about going to the beach and you're just like laying out in the sun and you look
Euphoric.
at everyone else and you're like, we're just like little ants just existing. And all we actually really need is like to cool ourselves off in water and like sit under the sun with like people we like and like eat little fruit. Like, that's kind of it.
The beach, honestly, is like I am my happiest when I'm on the beach.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But yeah, it's a simple shit.
Yeah.
Totally love that answer. Do you have a favorite candy?
Candy?
Yeah.
This is my answer for everything always. It's not even totally candy, but Nutella in general is my favorite sweet treat.
So good.
But Twix is my favorite candy.
Twix is nice.
I'm just a chocolate girl.
When I was younger, I would like get home from school and I'd grab a piece of bread and just slather Nutella on there and just eat bread and Nutella.
I would skip the bread. I would raw dog it. I'd take a spoon. My mom had to like stop buying us Nutella.
That's amazing. I love that. Some people like don't appreciate it. I'm like, bro, like
I have a problem
get your
with it.
taste buds looked
I
at.
know.
I'm a big like candy whore too.
Yeah,
Like massive. last question. If there was one thing that you learned either about yourself or the world or anything in general that you have now taken into your life today from the pandemic,
Oh.
what would that be?
Oh, interesting. I feel like artists like me who got their start during the pandemic, I feel like we're especially sort of aware of just the power of like the internet and connection and how that has sort of strengthened real life I don't know, there are just real life consequences for good and bad things.
Mm-hmm.
I think TikTok and the internet as a whole, I have such a complicated relationship with it because I owe a lot of my success to TikTok and to my own like, you know, to my years of like self-promotion that I really have sort of disliked doing. But I think the number one thing I've taken out of it is that no matter what, no matter how many like micro trends there are, how many artists there are making music that does and doesn't matter, people at the end of the day love to put their trust in somebody and just like find music that they love, and when they really care about an artist and care about the music, they will support them. And I think as the market gets like so oversaturated and there's so many people making music all the time, I think it's nice for me to sort of recall like 2020 when I really had a bunch of strangers like showing up for me and like telling me real life memories they were making, you know, with my music. It's like things like that. I don't think my live music experience would be the same without the pandemic existing. Like that.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like that's a big, just a note on that, but I feel like especially, well, the pandemic and just this generation of like TikTok is that there is like kind of this missing personal connection. But I feel like when people do find that through TikTok, it becomes even stronger.
Yeah.
Because there's so much out there, and like being able to navigate through that and finding something that like resonates with you, that's what
It's like extra hard.
Yeah, it's extra hard, but when you do find it, it's like it's that sweet spot. So
Yeah.
I love that. It's a great perspective. Awesome. There you have it, folks. 10 and 60, Miss Ella Jane.
Woohoo!